Hey everybody, happy holidays. I love doing black cod in a miso marinade. I'm gonna do a really simple one, so I'm gonna show you in 2 steps. First you gotta make the miso marinade because the cod's gotta marinate for, I'd say at least 6 hours. You don't wanna go over that. I mean, you can go probably about 8 hours or overnight. What happens is sometimes if you do it too much, it'll start to over cure because of the salt in it. It'll start to really shrink down. But you definitely want at least 6 hours in the refrigerator to kind of have this nice miso flavor to it. So I'm peeling ginger. You can use a vegetable peeler. These are small pieces, so you're gonna cut your hand off with the peeler, so you don't wanna do that, or at least nick your hand. So I'm using a spoon. You know, you take all of it off because we're gonna strain this out anyway, but I like to do it to release the flavor. So I just got that one piece. That should be enough for the amount that I'm making. And then I'm just going to, like garlic, but with this with ginger, give it a quick smash. It'll release some of the juices. We're gonna put this into a pot. Basically all I'm gonna do is melt this stuff together and kind of marry the flavors. I got miso. I'm using a red one, an organic one. You can use a white miso if you'd like. The color will kind of transfer the darkness a little bit, but it's just more of a flavor for me. I like the dark one, so we're gonna probably put about a cup of miso in there, maybe about that. We have a little bit of soy sauce. Miso itself is fermented and salty, but I just add a little bit of soy sauce too, just to add a little more flavor. That's probably about like a tablespoon right there. This is mirin, or Japanese sweet rice wine. Kind of adds some sweetness to it. That's probably about a half a cup there. And then you can also use sake too. I don't have any right now, so I'm not gonna use it today, but you can also put sake, which is Japanese rice wine, and sugar. I like a good amount because it permeates the fish and gives it a nice sweet flavor, and also when we broil it, it'll get that nice accent and give it a little color. So this I'm just gonna put on the stove, and it'll come together and let it infuse, and I'll show you in a second, and then we'll cool it down. Right now with the miso, the mirin, the sugar, we just want it to dissolve. You don't necessarily need to boil it, but just get it hot enough so the sugar dissolves in it, and that'll make the nice marinade. Then we're gonna transfer it into another bowl to cool it down, and then we're gonna put our cod into it, the black cod that is. Okay, so now I've got this all dissolved in there. And that's all you need to do, so it's a little hot. And then we're gonna transfer the bowl that, we're gonna put that black cod once I butcher it, once it cools, we'll put that in there. So I guess the amount of miso marinade that you make is gonna be dependent on how much fish you have to marinate. So this is gonna be good enough to coat one side of black cod. So that's, about a cup worth of miso and all that. So that's gonna make sure that it coats everything nicely and get a nice flavor to it. So now I'm gonna put this in the refrigerator to cool down. And then after that, I'll break this down a little bit so you can kind of see that. Black cod, this is the side of it. So I'm actually gonna take the skin off so when we marinate it. So from here, just get a little bit off the tail end. We're gonna slide our knife through and just go nice and gentle. Hold the skin back like this and kind of wiggle it forth. And then you just kind of, like that. And then you get the whole skin off, just like that. Takes a little bit of practice, but that's what you do. And then I'm gonna discard that. Trim off the belly end a little bit. Take that inner lining out. Take the skin off the black cod. Now we're gonna break it down into pieces. Now black cod, it's got this crazy bone coming through the center. It's hard to pull out, so I'm just gonna cut it out. But right now the tail end up to here, you can feel it, doesn't have any bone. So it depends on what kind of shape that you want, but you get the nice tail end piece like there. Set that aside. You'll probably get one more like that here. And do that nice piece right there. And then through there, there's a bone that goes through here, and then we're just gonna cut it out, just like that. And then you have this nice loin here, probably cut that in half for a nice portion. And then I have this here, and then I'm gonna have to debone it this way, because you can kind of feel the bones there. And this kind of goes away. Seems a little bit of waste, but there's a lot of little bones, so if you wanna deal with it, go ahead. But this time I take that out, and you have this little piece there. And then once it's ready, and the marinade's cool, I'm gonna put it in there. And at least, like I said, 6 hours, 8 hours optimal, and then we're gonna go cook it later.